Dang. Alright, let's be clear, that is absolutely not a new low weigh-in. In fact, that's my heaviest weigh-in I've had in a while. Honestly, it was kind of expected. I did my very first refeed meal yesterday, so I'm sure I have a lot more carbs in me. And I just kind of knew I wasn't gonna get a good weigh-in this morning, but you know what? That is okay. It is currently 7 a.m. and I have to go get ready because I have class today. After class, I'm gonna get home and we actually have a really good video today. So I think you're gonna enjoy the topic video. We're gonna get back to my shorter vlogs with really good topic at the end, and I'm gonna see you after I get back from class. Okay, you guys, so I actually just got back from class. I actually went to class without eating. The reason I did this is because I've been dieting now for, I think, 8 weeks, since February 22nd. As you start lowering your calories, I think like a huge tip is just to push back your food a little bit later in the day. So not quite, you know, fasting or intermittent fasting, but if I had class at 7:45, if I were to eat a meal 7:30, I would have come home at, now it's 10:20, and I'd be starving again, and then I'd have to eat a second meal. So I actually just didn't eat anything, and now I'm home. I've had 0 calories today, and now I'm gonna stuff my face and feel really good. I'm actually gonna be eating one of my favorite meals ever here in a second, protein pancakes. I'm gonna show you exactly what I do to make them taste super good, and then we gotta get ready for the gym. Okay, so right here, this powder, this is the 3 main ingredients you need, which is vanilla protein. I prefer my protein, vanilla protein. And then half a cup of Kodiak cakes, which is like the original protein pancake mix. And yeah, I just kind of stir that up. Now you're gonna add half a cup of water, maybe a little bit less if you want it thick. Oh, and big tip here, you wanna add a packet, not a full packet, but about half a packet of stevia. It's just gonna sweeten things up a bit. Okay guys, but most importantly, the secret ingredient, yeah, this is messy, is a dash of vanilla. Now I know this doesn't say it's vanilla, but guys, promise it's vanilla. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna put a little bit of vanilla in it, and I promise you guys, it's gonna taste so good. All right, so now we're just gonna let these kind of cook up. Now, one thing that you could do, and I recommend this 100%, is throwing bananas in it. Now, I'm not gonna do that today just because I'm trying to save some carbs, but you're gonna see in a little bit, I'm gonna smother this whole thing in blueberries, and it's gonna be freaking delicious. And this right here is the final product. And I'm gonna wash it down with a Powerade 0 calorie, but it has all like the electrolytes, so that's why I like these a lot. I'm gonna run to the gym here in a second, and I'm actually going to film at the gym, but give you guys a full update of my diet. And then after the gym, we're gonna get to the subject of this video, which is diving into like the science of eating sugar and losing weight, and if that's possible, and kind of like just all about that stuff. So I think it is gonna be pretty informative, and I think you will learn something, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But guys, if you are enjoying the video and if you learned something, make sure to hit the like button. I'm gonna see you guys at the gym here in a second. Yes, so in this workout I hit chest and back, and I hope you enjoy the clips while I talk about things. But the diet so far is going super good, guys. Like I said, I've been dieting for 8 weeks now, and you know, it has been challenging. I've done this before, so I know what I'm doing, but every time brings new challenges. And I think for this one, the challenge is I'm just doing things a lot more aggressive. You know, I'm actually doing cardio 5 times a week, which definitely isn't necessary, but I wanted to challenge myself. I was craving cardio, and so I'm doing it 5 times a week. My calories are pretty low right now, but overall, I'm feeling good. I'm seeing results. I'm down, I would say like 13, 14 pounds, and I would estimate my body fat percentage at probably like 13 or so. So we still got a long way to go. I want to get down to about 165 pounds, and I'm currently like 179 pounds. So got a long way to go, but awesome things coming. The athletes are doing amazing. They're ready for the big shows coming up, and yeah, life's good. All right, what's up guys? So the topic of this video is getting shredded and eating sugar. Basically, the concept of can you eat sugar and lose fat? Can you get shredded if you're eating sugar? Does sugar cause weight gain? All of those are gonna be addressed now in this portion of the video. I do want to actually talk about the subject while enjoying a delicious bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, AKA CT Crunch.
Stay cakes, pancake mix, CT crunch.
So don't mind me. This is delicious. All right, let's get into it. So if we're gonna talk about sugar and weight loss, I think the most important thing is to discuss what really is the main factor when it comes to weight loss. So for that, we're gonna go to the whiteboard. All right, guys, so weight loss happens when you are in a negative energy balance. And I'm gonna explain what that means here in a second, but basically your body has what we call a maintenance caloric intake. Basically, maintenance caloric intake, all that's saying is that if you eat this many calories per day, you will neither gain nor lose weight. This is the amount of calories you need to maintain your body weight. And now this maintenance caloric intake is made up of your BMR, okay, which is your basal metabolic rate, basically how many calories you burn by sitting down doing nothing. And then you also add to that your activity level. So like how many calories you burn a day by exercising. So you add those things up and you get your maintenance caloric intake. Now weight loss happens when you start eating under your maintenance caloric intake, because then you're in a negative energy balance. You have more energy leaving the body than coming into the body. And so you begin to lose weight because of this. You start to burn fat basically. Now, if you wanted to gain weight, you would simply eat over your maintenance caloric intake. And now to simplify this even more, let's say your maintenance caloric intake is 2,000 calories. If you wanted to lose weight, technically 1,900 calories would be a 100 calorie deficit, you would lose weight. Gain weight would be anywhere 2,100 more, anything like that. So that is how you lose weight, by being in a negative energy balance. That is the only way to lose weight. So as you can clearly see, that it's not sugar that's responsible for weight gain or weight loss, but it's calories. Now, this is seen in basically every study ever, but a few that I find the most interesting are these. Actually, we can see a trend in America where sugar consumption has decreased, but yet weight gain and obesity continues to rise. But not only that, but because now we have diets like keto that are becoming popular, where people essentially cut out carbs completely and just eat lots of fat and protein, we can see that people who follow keto and people who follow calorie restriction diets of any kind, as long as calories are equated in both subjects, they will lose the exact same amount of fat. And we also see this in examples where in one group they eat very high sugar, and the next group they eat very low sugar, and as long as the calories are the same, guess what? They lose the exact same amount of fat. And now the main concern when it comes to eating sugar is the insulin spikes. We hear from a few unreliable sources out there that insulin causes weight gain. So if you have an insulin spike from eating carbs or sugar, then that's gonna result in weight gain. Now there's a few issues with this. Number one, if you're in a caloric restriction, meaning that your energy balance is negative, you have less energy coming in than you have energy coming out. To say that insulin, a hormone, is somehow going to store excess energy that isn't there, that kind of goes against the laws of thermodynamics, and we know that that's not physically possible. Now maybe there's rare cases in the extremely obese where they actually lose muscle mass to make up that difference in net energy, but in the vast general public, that's just not a real thing. That's not going to happen, especially if you have your macros tracked, where you're eating enough protein, you're exercising, you're building up your muscles. That's just not going to happen. And not only that, but if people are so afraid of insulin spikes to the point where they're gonna stop eating sugar or carbs, well, there's still an issue with that, because foods like beef, fish, and a few other protein sources also have high glycemic indexes, meaning that they also have a high insulin spike. And so if we were to remove all foods that could possibly increase our insulin, well, then we're left with just fat. And eating just fat, that's not a healthy way to live. But I think it can be summarized again in another study that was done where they took people that had a 20% less insulin spike than the other group. They gave them the same amount of calories, and once again, they had the exact same fat loss. Now, I am speaking to the general public, and understand that I'm not a doctor, so I'm not recommending anything to anyone. Everyone has their special circumstances, and that's between you and your own doctor. But what I am saying is the vast majority of people have nothing to worry about when it comes to eating sugar. And in fact, I'm an advocate of flexible dieting. I do understand that any diet can work because of the caloric deficit, but personally, I just think that flexible dieting is the most easy diet to follow for the most people, so that's why I advocate for it. Now let's be realistic though, you don't want to have a diet just of sugar because then you're gonna miss out on the micronutrients that are found in other foods. So I do think that you should control yourself and eat in moderation, of course, balancing a healthy lifestyle with a lifestyle of being able to just eat foods that you enjoy. Anyway guys, thanks so much. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Like this video if you found it informative, but thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.